Welcome to World Cricket fans, wherever you are in the world. Hope you are joining the IPL. I had a bad day at the office yesterday, but today's a new day. The sun is out in the UK, and we're getting ready for probably the worst team in the IPL this season, which is Punjab Kings. I keep on calling them Kings 11 Punjab because they were probably better when they were called Kings Kings 11 Punjab. They are playing the mighty Mumbai Indians. Does anybody give them a chance? That's the question. Forward to you, Basha, our resident Mumbai Indians fan from New Delhi, Punjab. Have they any chance against your boys today?
To be very honest, no, I don't see there's any chance of Punjab winning against our boys because Punjab batting has been okay. They've been in a not a good form, I would say a decent form, but their bowling has lagged. I don't know. It was just their luck. They won against Rajasthan after Rajasthan almost chased down that total. It was just not in their way. So it was just purely on luck. But coming towards Mumbai has its own set of problems they are dealing with. Order not firing up to their potential. So, I don't. But in any case, I don't see Mumbai. I don't see Punjab winning today's game.
Yes, I think it'd be a wise man to put any money or even you have your dream 11 players playing for Punjab today. Other than Ashdeep, I don't see maybe KL Rahul, but the low strike rate kills him. Romit Bhai from Kolkata, you are looking at this game. Are you thinking it's going to be a walk in the park, or do you think Punjab might actually pick the right boys for the pitch?
I feel it will go down to the wire because Punjab has already played a game in Chennai. Now they have understood how is the pitch playing, and losing 3 games in a row, Punjab now will feel to come back strong. So they will get their combinations right, and so Mumbai should not take them easily, considering they have lost their 3 matches. We should also buck up our spirits and face them because Punjab will not give us easy competition. They will come hard on us because they have lost. It's a must-win match for them. It's must-win match for us to stay in the playoff contending. So it will be a cracker of a match. The team which plays best will obviously win, and I'll support Mumbai. Obviously, I feel Mumbai should rectify the mistakes in the middle order. Our bowling has been fine. So if that Mumbai can fix their middle order, then we are always a better side than Punjab, and we'll have an edge. That's the problem of middle order, and if we fix that, we are going to win.
And Dante, a question to yourself. I know being a Punjabi boy supporting Mumbai, how bad are Punjab?
I wouldn't say they're too bad. I guess the bowling is something that they're lacking in the bowling department. So no matter how much, even if we saw last time they played against Delhi, they put up 196 on the board and they lost in the 19th over. So I guess bowling department is something that they'll have to look forward to. And if they do that well, then I think they'll start winning more matches than they've been doing so far.
Yes, and I say when we look at Punjab, we look at the team that they have now and then the team that they had in Dubai. And to be fair, I think the team that they had in Dubai was a lot better than the one they got now. And that's a problem once you've had an auction and you've got all these new players coming through. Jai Richardson hasn't really performed that well. Meredith has gone really expensive. Ravi Bishnoi is not playing. And they kept Pooran, who is on Indian dial code 0090. So it's not looking good for Nicholas Pooran. And I always said last season, you trust Maxwell because he can give you the extra overs as well. And you give him the number 4 position, but they put their faith in Pooran, who's had good tournaments in the past. But I still rate Maxwell higher. Sanju, as the neutral fan today, how are you reading today's game?
Yeah, I think as Romit was telling, Mumbai has played already 4 matches, I think. 4 matches in Chennai. Because Rohit Sharma now knows the pitch condition very well because I think he has won 2 in 4. Because I think it was defending a low scores, 142 or 140, 150 and 152, I think.
Yeah.
So Rohit Sharma knows the condition well. As Romit told, KL has studied the conditions now. And as that, to mention on Dante's point, bowling department is terrific in Punjab because as you told, Paji, I don't know why Ravi Bishnoi isn't playing in the Chennai pitch, as though he was a very good spinner who took, I think, nearly 18 to 19 wickets last season. in Dubai. So Punjab should concentrate on bowling department, and Puran should be rested. I think Malan should make a debut today.
And that's a big question. You have the number one batsman in T20 cricket in your team, and he can't play because the player that he has to replace has an average of less than 9. Average of divided by 4 is less than 2 in 5 games. And you keep that player in the team when he's scoring that badly. Obviously, if he was playing for Rajasthan Royals, I would get rid of him after the second game. After 2 successive knocks, get out. But they're keeping Puran. Basha, I say Romit has mentioned this middle order weakness in Mumbai Indians. Where has this come from?
Even Karen Pollard doesn't play that much T20, to be very honest. These days, around the world it's just T20, and I haven't seen him playing in any of the leagues either. Just correct me if I am wrong, but I don't know where this habit came from. Even Hardik was pretty good in the T20 series against England, to be very honest, and in the Australia he was on a league apart. But maybe I think so. It has come from the overconfidence. They are like overconfident at the moment currently because they're current defending champions, and they really wanted to. So they just think and no matter how much they score, they're going to defend it. But that doesn't happen. Even bowlers need their batsmen to back up. And to be very honest, somehow they're highly dependent on Rohit Sharma and Surya Kumar Yadav, which in the last few cases, the only players who are performing is our bowlers or the Surya Kumar or the Sky. To be very honest, neither of our owners escalated well, though Rohit showed some strong innings in between, but either he was run out or either he played such a poor cricketing shot that he couldn't capitalize the moment. So that can be the reason, and the quick fall of wickets in a very quick succession. So that is another added pressure. Say suppose if Hardik comes up and he goes, and Karan comes up, he goes, and there's a pressure on Krunal as well to score runs on with a very fast run rate, but he is not able to do that also. So these all factors keeping in mind, the players have lacked some the confidence which they had shown earlier.
And when we go to Romit, you've been very vocal on the opening combination for Mumbai, and obviously not having De Kock. Do you think De Kock will play today, or do you think Kristen will come in, or Colton will come in for the third, the all-rounder spot?
No, I guess Mumbai Indians will continue with De Kock only. They won't change much of the lineup today, I guess. De Kock will play, and we have seen also last season when De Kock came in, he failed in first 3-4 matches, but the fourth match he played brilliantly, fourth or fifth match. So we can expect a good innings from De Kock today. And considering Rohit Sharma scored well in the last 2 innings, he might not turn up. So De Kock has a huge responsibility in himself to prove why he should be a part of the 11. So he will be backed up today and he'll play again. And as Basha mentioned that Hardik Pandya, the middle order thing, I would like to add on that. Like the problem is that they are thinking it to be a batting pitch or might be on the Vankete pitch because they are thinking the ball will come to the bat and they'll hit for a 6. If the Hardik Pandya which he got out last match, if it was a Vankete pitch, the ball would have come to the bat and it would have been a 6. So there they are going wrong, where they are thinking that they can smash the ball from ball 1. I would appreciate Jayant Yadav's innings. He should play today also because he scored a 23 of 22. So if you expect a Hardik or Pollard playing that sort of innings, 23 of 20, then next 3 balls they can make it up by hitting 2 sixes. So and also increasing the strike rate. So they should play that sort of an innings. And if that happens, then it's absolutely fine. And today I don't see any changes in the lineup. It will be the same.
And Dante, over to you. Do you agree with Romit on that, or do you think you would do something different? I obviously see a problem with Hardik not bowling. It's a big problem for Mumbai Indians because it reduces the balance of their bowling attack. If one bowler is going for runs, Hardik can't come in with the 2 to 3 overs to assist that. So Hardik's position is questionable, just as a batsman.
I don't think it's a little too early for us to be critics of the game right now because Mumbai has only played around 4 matches. There'll be a 5th match, so we have got another 9-10 matches to be played, and it's a little too early to be a critic. What I feel is we should be playing Lynn instead of Decock because Decock in the past two games have not been performing. So Prism scored 49. He almost got a 50 in the first game the only game that he got in the two seasons. So I guess we should back him. And I guess Jimmy Neesham should be playing instead of Jayant Yadav today, if at all we are making any changes because we are playing with three overseas. So if a fourth overseas has to come, I guess it's going to be Jimmy Neesham in place of Jayant Yadav. Let's spice things up a bit. Let's see if we are good with four overseas. Or we are going to go with the same combo that we went last time. If there's going to be any change, I guess it's only going to be Neesham and for Jayant Yadav.
Now that this is interesting because we saw even RCB in one of the games, they only played the three foreigners. Obviously, RR only have 5 foreigners in total of the team. We're not getting any other players to replace Jofra or Ben. It looks like that. So yes, up to you, Sanju. When we're looking at Punjab, let's just talk about Punjab today. What can they do to change this, poor run of form? I say the only match that they won was against us, and we nearly chased down the 220. So, what can Punjab do?
I think, we have seen Jordan being a good death bowler for England. I think against India also he performed pretty well. Jordan picking 3 on 2 wickets in the first and second T20. Jordan making a replacement for Fabian Allen or Moses Henriquez is good because he has some variations. He can do well. And main thing is, I just want to see Mullen today. As you told, Pajay, having a number 1 T20 batsman, I don't know literally what they are up to. Puran has not even scored more than 5 runs in the last 4 matches he played, and Mullen is yet to get a chance. So I think Mullen should get a chance because he's a type of aggressive player against spin. He goes for spin. We saw it against Chahal and Washington Sundar against England. So bringing in Mullen would be good because but he has to look in for Rahul Chahar, who's currently at good form in Mumbai. Krunal Pandya might be expensive today because as Punjab are looking for a win, they might go aggressive on him.
Yeah, and that's the key point. What we're seeing in these matches is that 4th or 5th bowler teams are targeting them, and as soon as the 16, like if we look at Rajasthan, we saw yesterday Parag had a 14 over. In the last match, Dubey had a 20 over. So teams are actually planning for this 4th or 5th bowler or the 6th bowler in this case to hit them, and that is the differential of winning and losing the game. So if you look at yesterday, the 16 runs, the 14 runs Parag cost us, that would have got us to nearly 200. So again, it's having this bowling attack really on point and being able to bowl them in the right situations to reduce the score. So we're playing at Chennai today. It probably is going to be a 150, 160 score. Basha, does a low score benefit Mumbai Indians? Or do you think with Punjab have to score a high score to reel in Mumbai?
Okay, so when you talk about the low scores, when you play against the good team, even the low score wasn't enough for them. And the example was Delhi Capitals. To be very honest, they were the good team. They came very hard on them. They just chased them down. But last 2 games against Hyderabad and Kolkata, they weren't because they somehow they fell short. But when you come for today's game, both the teams are looking for a desperate win. And both of them are looking for will be eyeing at this moment will be eyeing that 4th spot in the playoffs. So going and analyzing this situation currently, anything above 175 is from both the sides is okay. Unless something again they start choking or wickets fell in very quick succession. So you have to also keep that in mind. And keeping in mind the Chennai pitch, it's really slow. As mentioned by Romit, the ball doesn't come that easily. So you have to also see these factors. So for me, if Mumbai is batting first, they're going to defend in the second innings. They really need something around some score above 175 to defend.
Wow. Now, and that seems the pattern that we are seeing in the IPL is like yesterday. It was really hard for RR to set the score once they had lost, the 4 wickets before the 8th over. So realistically, it's keeping your front two past the power play and then your middle order kicking in. Robert, as I said, today we're looking at the match. Who's going to be the star person for you for Mumbai?
It's obviously going to be Rohit Sharma. Like in his, he had posted a video where he was practicing just taking singles and hitting along the ground shot. So his target was 50 or 50 balls. So he achieved that. So Rohit Sharma is going to be the key because he did that because he realized that he played a stupid shot against Mishra. So he will play more responsibly today and only hit the bad balls. And Rohit Sharma has scored 138 in this 4 games. It has all come on the Chennai pitch. So he's the highest scorer too for Mumbai Indians. So he is more experienced than any other player to play in that pitch. So he'll come out good. I hope. I'm hopefully expecting that. But one thing that can trouble him is that Ravi Bishnoi. If Ravi Bishnoi plays today and he bowls his googlies, then Rohit Sharma might not perform. But anyway, whatever happens, I'm very looking forward to Rohit Sharma's performance today.
I go to you, Dante. If Mumbai Indians are bowling first, would you bowl one of the spinners in the power play, or would you go with the pace of Bumrah about?
As we saw last game, also we had Jayant Yadav bowling the third over. I guess the second over, yeah. So bowling our spinners in the power play makes a lot of sense because the pitch is not as great as any other pitches in India. It's a quite slow pitch and it's helping the spinners to spin the ball and to take the wickets of the batsman. If the batsmen get comfortable in the first 5-6 overs in the power play against the seamers, then it's very easy for them to play the spinners as well. So if Mumbai at all is going to bowl first, I guess the spinner should be coming in the power play and to apply some pressure to the batsman to not let them get settled and to take the wickets as well. And if they're not getting settled, the run rate is not going to go up either. So if the run rate doesn't go up, then the batsmen come under pressure and they play a bad shot and they get out. So playing the spinners in the first 6 overs, I guess at least we should be playing at least 2-3 overs in the first 6 with spinners. That's what I feel. Considering the pitch and considering the options.
Punjab tackle this as well, because will they have slow coach Rahul and his brother, even slower Mayank to open the batting, or will they switch it up and have, say, David Malan come in, or even drop Chris Gale? Because Chris Gale has played well in flashes as well. So would they take that risk of, say, okay, what we need to do is split up Rahul and Mayank, and then basically put in either Malan or put Gale up top? Because if they do that, maybe that will come back to the spin bowling, because I think Chris Gale does like the spin bowling much. Sanju, are you there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, Sanju, just on the Punjab strategy, what do you think Punjab strategy will be? I think obviously they should play Ravi Bishnoi. I don't think they will do that. Do you think they should do anything with their foreign lineup?
Yeah, as you told, Ravi Bishnoi is doubtful playing today because when he didn't play first match, I think it's doubtful even they'll use him in the second match. But as you told, Paji, the opening order should be changed because for a win, whether it should be Gale or Mayank opening and Rahul stepping up to one down, or because Gale or Mayank, because we have seen they both go aggressive in the power play. Even in the last match, Mayank had gone for in the power play. So Rahul is playing very slow innings in the power play. I think he's having a strike rate of 98 or something, which is very bad. So Gale is good at power play. So I think Rahul should step at one down today. That would be good because they're up against a team like MI, because they are also looking for a win, because the last match was close for even MI. So they're looking for a win. So when it is against MI, I think Gale should open.
Yeah. No, I'm thinking Gale should open, or if Malan does come in, Malan should open because Rahul probably should go to 3 or 4, especially if they are starting losing the wickets. That should probably happen, but we'll see what happens there. Basha, in the last game, the last 2 overs went bowled by Bumrah and Bolt. Do you think that did that decision cost Mumbai the victory over Delhi?
It's still debatable. What I feel is very honest. Though like the Delhi batsmen were, they were hitting very good. They were in the form. They were always ahead of us. So if you place Bumrah and Bolt also in those last 4 overs, it wouldn't have made any sense to me, to be very honest. When your opponent is ahead of you, you can only hope for a miracle. But at that moment, even the best bowler was going for the run. Though there was some intent from Bolt and Bumrah to defend, but to be very honest, our target was short. It was really short by 20 runs. So even I hope in today's match we don't, repeat those mistakes again, and we do not put Bolt and Bumrah into a fix. Where they have to come and defend us, aggressively.
Yes, and I think that's what happened in the last game. When I knew they weren't bowling the last over, I then switched to Delhi, saying Delhi will win this game now. But had they got to the 19th and 20th over, and the 2 overs were bowled and Bumrah, and even if they needed, say, 15 runs over the 2 overs, 16 runs over 2 overs, I think Delhi could probably have, Mumbai could have put the pressure on. Robert, obviously, when looking at the champions now, is this the last game in Chennai or before they move?
Yeah, this is the last game in Chennai. They move to Ahmedabad next.
Oh, so they moved to Ahmedabad. Okay, so
Yeah.
they're testing the ground for the quarterfinals, because I think we're going to Feroz Shah Kotla in Delhi. We're going to go and play there in the next match. So I think the Ahmedabad, will that change their philosophy for their selection, or do you think they will keep it the same?
There will be a change because I feel like Jayant Yadav is playing today. So next game, Jayant Yadav will be out, or either Kultan Nile or Nisham will be in.
Yeah.
In Ahmedabad. So that would be the only change, and the rest lineup would be the same. I feel today Jayant Yadav will play because Chennai, we know the ball will turn, it will stop and come, and he bowled well in the power play. So today, Mumbai would play the same lineup. I feel, but when they go to Ahmedabad, the 10 will be same. The only change will be Jayant Yadav in place of him, either Kultanile or Nisham comes in.
And moving to you, Dante, just a not biased opinion. What do Punjab have to do today to beat MI?
I guess so. If they bat first, they're gonna they'll have to put up a very good partnership at least of 70, 18 or for no wicket in the first 8, 9 overs. If they have to put up a big score against Mumbai Indians on a track which has been a low scoring game. So I guess if they're batting first, they'll have to put up a good partnership and a good score on the board. If they're bowling first, I guess they'll have to restrict Mumbai Indians up to one. I hate saying this because they have not gone par 160 this season yet. So they'll have to restrict Mumbai to at least 155, 160 again to if they wanna have a chance of winning against us. Because we see our six bowler, we have got Pollard who can bowl 2 overs for us. So if you wanna use Bolt and Bumrah in the last 5 overs, at least 2 overs from Bolt or Bumrah or one from Bolt and two from Bumrah, we'll have to play Pollard for 2 overs. So if they can apply a little pressure on Krunal Pandya and Karen Pollard, I guess they'll be having a good chance of winning against Mumbai. If not, then Mumbai is of course the winners for this game.
Yes, and that's the problem with Punjab. They've not been able to score, and they've not been able to take the wickets as well.
I hope it stays the
Sanju,
same today as well.
today will happen the same today, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that will happen today as well. Sanju, up to you. Let's talk about yesterday's game and RCB. 4-4. You must be feeling happy.
Yeah, it is a literally a good feeling because we have never won 4-on-4 in IPL, because it's the first time, and all four we did good. I think the only part where we failed is against SRH 149. We couldn't click it to 150. So yeah, I think this year RCB is completely different. They're in kind of good form this year.
Oh, cool. And I'm looking forward to that. Robin, I know you have to leave. So, what is your final take on today's game? What do you expect to happen today?
Yeah, I expect Mumbai to win, obviously. So, as I mentioned, also, if they can fix their middle order, if the middle order performs well today, it's going to be us. And one more thing is that out of either of Deacock or Rohit should play till the at least more than 15 overs. They should play responsibly and stays in the last over, because we have seen like Besto in the last game. He stayed till the last and finished the game at quite a good strike rate, about 120. So our openers can also do that if they can stay till the end, or Surya Kumar also might do that. So either of the top three has to stay till the 20th over, then we can post anything above 160, I feel, and we can win the game if we are chasing, if we are batting first. Sorry.
And yes, and I think, as I say from the start, I don't give much chance to Punjab against Mumbai Indians, but we will see what happens there. Basha, obviously for you today, how are we going to sum this up? Are you thinking we could see a shock, or do you think it'll probably be business as usual?
Okay, so to be very honest, I'm really disappointed by the Mumbai's performance in recent games. To be very honest, once we have won also, but middle order didn't find up. I will be not surprised if it's a shock, but I will be more than happy if it's a regular business for the team. But and yeah, when coming, to be very honest, when you're two times when you have defended your say trophy twice continuously in a row, you don't expect a team just to fall apart like this so easily. I know many of you won't agree with me right now. The Mumbai Indians are falling very easily, but I see them falling very easily because the approach, the special. To be very honest, the approach, the middle order approach they had last year. I mean, the way Pandya, Ishan, Pauly, they were firing up. I couldn't see them firing this season. To be very honest, and I'm blunt, and I'm highly disappointed with the way the middle order has performed. Coming back to the bowling department, yes, we had good bowlers, yeah, good overs in between, but still, if batsmen are not able to back up the bowlers by giving them good runs to defend on the board, anything done by the bowlers just to win the game goes in vain. So hoping for a good business day today. So that's my take on this.
Yeah, and I agree with all your points there. It's going to be the middle order of MI. How they perform today will obviously show us what's going to happen in the next game. They switch to Ahmedabad, different wicket, different circumstances, but that middle order has to click for them to chase the Royal Chokers Bangalore up. So that's going to be really good. Okay, and if I go to Anuj, have you recovered from yesterday?
I mean, I'm still in the hangover of the defeat, how RCBS has does. But big blow as well. Jofra Archer, out for the entire IPL. I mean, Ben Stokes is not there, Liam Livingston is not there, and now Jofra Archer is, out of the IPL. So already we were recovering from that defeat of last night, but also, big blow. Just a moments ago, the news came up, and also adding to that, Paji. Resi Vender Dusen, who's the South African batsman, he's the replacement. You can say for Livingston or Ben Stokes. So hoping for a formidable side to be out there for Rajasthan. Maybe a tactical move or change in strategy. Maybe you can see Sanju Samson opening with Butler. On your top order, you can see Vender Dusen at the third spot. So a lot of things for Rajasthan to sort out. But as I said, it was a biggest defeat. We can say from last 13 years. If I have to count out the five defeats of Rajasthan, the last night defeat will be the one of them for sure.
Wow, and I can't believe we got Rassi van der Dussen. I just can't understand that selection. They should have waited, and then if there's a transfer window, got somebody who's already in the buyout bubble from another team. I can't see what Rassi van der Dussen is going to do for Rajasthan Royals. I just don't see it. I'd rather have had Manas Labuschagne, but let's wait and see and not be too negative. Dante, I know you have to go to the gym. What do you think today, finally, Mumbai Indians or Punjab? Is it going to be an easy victory for Mumbai, or do you think it's going to go to the wire?
No, I feel it's going to go down to the wire because we have seen in the past couple of games Mumbai has played. Mumbai has not been able to score beyond 150 by 160. So I guess if today again we are going to post a score around that same number, I guess the match should be going down to the wire because we have got the likes of Bolt and Bumrah who can stretch the match for us in the last 2 or 3 overs. So I guess if we have to win today, we'll have to count on Bumrah and Bolt to get us early wickets, and Jayant Yadav, Kunal Pandya to at least get 2 wickets each if we have to restrict them. If they're batting first, and if we are chasing, I mean, if we're defending a score, then Bolt and Bumrah will have to perform really well today.
and that is the process that we've seen in the last few games. So we hope we'll see you after the game to see what
Definitely.
happens. I hope today, it is a close game and Punjab do something. So it'd be interesting. And we've got some kids, another Mumbai Indian fans. We're getting all these Mumbai Indian fans that are coming out the window. Samkit, your take on today's match?
It will be a very exciting match again. Last year we saw how close the Mumbai Indians and Punjab Kings game went, and today it's there's another spark to the match because of the Krunal versus Huda thing. So we're looking forward to see who gets the better there. I definitely want to see one over where Krunal and Huda face each other.
It
Yes,
will be a
extra Mirch masala on the match. Varun, up to you in New York. Neutral fun today. What's your take on what's going to happen today?
First of all, Mumbai versus Punjab Kings. It's going to be a great battle. Head to head, Mumbai have 14, Punjab have 12, and last year too, some thrilling matches against them both. But looking at the current form of Punjab Kings, we should definitely. I will at least definitely go with Mumbai Indians. I don't think they have their perfect XI just yet. Their bowlers aren't so good at the moment, and they still have to figure out. Who to put in the middle order, because Nicholas Pooran, he's been disappointing so far. 3 ducks. So yeah, David Malan should come in, the number one batsman. Really looking forward to him.
Yes, and that's a lot of fans are saying this obsession with Nicholas poor run, and he's on this poor run, and he doesn't seem to be dropped. And again, the problem is, as I said, they had Maxwell, who could even bowl the 3-4 overs. So even if his batting wasn't being able there, his fielding is just as good as Pooran's. And we saw yesterday the way he takes the catches. They were fantastic as well. Up to you, Bashaya. So obviously, what's your take on today's match? Do you think, you said it's going to be a close match. Any chances for Punjab? Any chance at all you could think that Punjab could win this game?
To be very honest, I had mentioned earlier that I don't see Punjab winning tonight's game. Yeah, it can be a close match too, And as mentioned, Huda versus Krunal Pandya, it will be a redemption. If Huda comes out top on Pandya, it will be redemption. It will be a redemption for him in today's game. And as mentioned by Dante earlier, the Punjab really need to have a very strong opening partnership, say somewhere around 80 for no loss in eight overs. That can be a great key and for in a strong pillar in their partnership. Coming to the bowling department, I don't see anything happening great in that sense. So Punjab more or less is more dependent on their batsmen. And when you see last year's 2 super overs, where we couldn't defend, one was a tie and one we could not defend. So that thing happened in the past. No doubt it was a really thrilling match. But that is something happened in the past, and the conditions were different, and today's conditions are very different. So still going for a Mumbai win. But if Punjab wins, my take is it will be a very close match.
And Dante has come with the question: will we see KR and Gale open for Punjab Kings like last year, or Mayank and Gale for tonight's match? As I said before, you have to split up this brothers of Mayank and Rahul. It's not performing. One of them has to drop down. So I'm going for that. Anuj, finally for you, what do you think Punjab will have to do today to beat Mumbai?
They need to go with the strong side. They need to make the right changes. They must include Ravi Bishnoi today. I mean, it's high time now. It's been 3 to 4 games, and they must include Ravi Bishnoi. Morgan Ashwin is not performing. Also, I will be talking on the changes. Basically, David Malan is out of the side. He's the world number 1 batsman when it comes to T20 rankings. So they need to sort out, their middle order, their batting lineup, and most importantly, KL Rahul has to perform in the captaincy part, because we have seen he's been not often. We have seen his decisions are not up to the mark, and you can see from the outside that he's a bit confused when it comes to bowling changes, fielding placements, and I believe Anil Kumble must have been taking a prep talk or something like that before the match, so that what we can say in Hindi, the halla sheri dot, what we used to see among this north side. So I'm expecting, from Punjab to give a tough fight to the Mumbai Indians, because Mumbai Indians, on the other hand, are also struggling, with their middle order, and a bit of how they are finishing when it comes to setting a target. So there, I think KL Rahul side can make the most of it with the likes of Mohammad Shami, and Ravi Bishnoi in the track of this Chennai track will be he will get a lot of purchase. So I'm somehow going with Punjab today, not Mumbai Indians.
Wow.
But KL Rahul need to sort out the batting lineup and the changes.
And you know
I just,
something.
I just wanted to add one thing to the Anuj. He talks about David Malan, when he was talking about David Malan, what I think is, the Chris Gayle should be rested today, and they should go with Malan and Puran as their opening partners.
Puran as
KL,
opener. Ooh.
yeah, if if they really want to do, if they really want to win this match, if I was in the place of KL, I would have gone with Puran. I wouldn't mind changing his batting order. I would have taken a risk.
Yeah. As I say, it's a big call to drop Gale when Puran has performed so badly. So again, they have the same situation. Sunny, up to you. You got a question?
Yeah, definitely. I would like to make a point here. Meredith is not doing up to the mark. Even Richardson is getting smacked all out of park. Although we know that that was a different conditions. They played their 3 games at 1K day. It is known as a high chasing ground. So for me, I think it's better if they include Jordan here along with Ravi Bishnoi in the 11, and if they somehow manages to sort out that opening combination, maybe it's better for KL to play at number 3. That's what my opinion has, because Mayank cannot play in the middle order. He has been playing as an opener since he started playing. So I think it's better if you open with Mayank and Gale, then Rahul at number 3, because if Rahul bats at number 3, then it will give him the license to either stabilize the innings or either go from ball 1 if they manage to get a good partnership. So that's where I think it's going to make a better use of that. The middle order which is struggling, Puran not performing well. I think it's better if they go with 3 foreign players. In my opinion, that will be Chris Gayle, Jordan, and maybe Moses Henriques or David Malan. So that will sort out their 11 very much, because they'll be having Ravi Bishnoi in the 11 as far as that 4th spot is concerned, because they're playing with 3 foreign players. So for me, get Bishnoi in, get Jalad Saxena a game, because he can bat a bit. He has a pretty good domestic record as well. So it's better if they can somehow get the combination right with these sort of players, then definitely they could come out on top. Otherwise, it's all MI's game.
Varun, you got the question there?
It's not a question, but looking at this, Punjab Kings have not handed out a cap to any player, so Malan won't be playing today, and Chris Gayle will be staying in his position in the XI. He's smashing the balls all around the park.
So yeah, we heard it there live from the ground. No cap for Malan. I think that's a big mistake, and I think they are making selection mistake. Samkit, to you, your take on the match. Who's going to win, and then we'll wrap up.
As a Mumbai fan, I think Mumbai will be winning. But for Punjab to perform well today, I think KL should be talking to his players like, I don't care about my strike rate. I will be playing 20 overs. I will rotate the strike. You go out and hit as you want to play. Because we have seen that because of the controversy, because of the criticism he has been facing because of the strike rate, last game he tried to go hard from the ball 1 on the Chennai wicket. If KL stays for 15-16 overs, you are guaranteed 60-70 runs from him, and that will make a Punjab total of 150 runs, and that will be a very competitive total on this track. So that will be the key if how KL approaches his innings today. And again, my changes I think were Puran Puran, Ashwin and Henriques to be replaced by Malan. Malan, Jordan and Bishnoi. But as Varun said that Malan might not be play, so I would be happy with the other two changes as well. I will not drop a Fabian Allen because he was good with the ball in the last game. He gave a wicket maiden in the last game, so I will give him another opportunity, and that adds up to the spin options in this pitch.
So plenty of options for both teams. Middle order crisis for Mumbai Indians. Selection crisis for Punjab. Sunny said it would be a low scoring game earlier or a 160 plus game. I'm definitely going to go for a lower scoring game. The pitch is getting slower and slower. You can see it from the TV. It's getting darker and darker, and that's not just that's with the lights on. So what it looks like in the daylight with a lot of the heat on, potentially dew as well, which we have to factor. It's going to be a really tight game, I think. However, it depends which Punjab turns up. If the one that has turned up for the last 3 games, it'll be a problem. Sunny?
Yeah, one more point to add to it, Pachi, as Dante has asked me a question, will it going to be a 160 plus game or will it going to be a very low scoring? I think it's going to be a pretty good average score match, because we would be see if only Punjab has a chance if they bat first, because Mumbai hasn't chased on this ground. They have batted first in most of the matches they've played here, if I'm not wrong. And if I'm wrong, then Samkit is there to correct me. So if Punjab wants to win, if you win the toss, bat first, put a score of 160 to 180. That will be enough for you to restrict Mumbai Indians. If you have made those changes which we've talked about, then I think definitely it's going to be Punjab games. Otherwise, as I said, it's all Mumbai. It's all, as Paji say, Ambani the game.
Yes. and I say the problem is Punjab have been shockingly bad. Anuj, finally to you, your question today, overtake. We've seen all these deficiencies in the team. Do we see a potential IPL winner out of these two teams?
Obviously, Mumbai is one of them. I mean, they are the defending champions, 5-time champions. But today I will be going with Punjab. They are the underdogs today, so I will be backing them. Because also I want an exciting contest, among the teams, not just 3 to 4 teams rising to the occasions, making the playoffs and all that stuff. I want Punjab to win today, so that the interest and the excitement becomes more when it comes to business end of the IPL. So it's just that only. I mean, obviously we all know, this Mumbai Indians gonna be more authentic or be more strong on Punjab, but just because I'm a Punjabi, but I'm from Rajasthan, will be supporting Punjab today.
Oh, yes, cool. And that's the beauty of having different fans from different places of the world, different connections. You can connect with a different team. Varun, top player today, Starman?
Today it's gonna be a middle order batsman. His name is Surya Kumar Yadav.
Kumar Yadav. Top bowler? Top bowler,
it might be if Ravi Bishnoi comes in for Punjab, he will definitely be the star bowler, or else it's got to be Trent Bolt.
Do you agree with that, Basha?
I'll still go with Jasprit Bumrah, not Trent Bolt.
Jasprit Bumrah after wedding, after Shadi hasn't performed, and will he be the same bowler again? Now he's got the responsibility of being a husband.
But I have a very I have a point to make. Whenever Rohit will still we show faith in Rohit. Why don't we show faith in Jasprit? If he has bad games, say 3 bad games, still he's a very worthy bowler, just like as a Rohit. So I'll still back Jasprit.
I just want to ask one question that Quinton de Kock hasn't performed for Mumbai, this season. Are you making a change, or you're expecting a change in place of de Kock? You can have Chris Lynn.
If I was the coach, to be very honest, I wouldn't have picked de Kock in for my season.
And he has said that.
And I have said that I will always go for Chris Lynn rather than going for de Kock.
Samkit, would you agree with that?
I'll disagree. Again, I will be backing de Kock. Mumbai has been a team who backs their players. They will be backing de Kock and Hardik Pandya, both who have been struggling with the bat. I will go with the same team. And coming back to the point, I think the toss will be very tricky today, because Mumbai are good at defending and Punjab are struggling with the bat when they're batting first. So it will be a very tricky toss. We'll have to see what it can be a good toss to lose as well.
Yeah.
So
And I
captain,
think it's better that if we continue this talk till toss, because that will give the viewers also
Yeah.
a perspective what the teams have done and what we have talked on the show.
Yeah. No, the toss is key to that, because we look at the two teams and we think, yes, we've got one team that likes to bat first and try to defend a low total, and we've got one team that is struggling to get any runs. So whether they can chase a low total would also be an interesting game. Who they are selecting, as I said, both teams aren't really. One team isn't firing in Mumbai Indians, but you expect them to get better. But you've got somebody who I rate really highly is Kumble, but he's making a dog's dinner from the selections. He's not. There seems something wrong in that camp. We're not even seeing Preeti Zinta doing that. Even Preeti Zinta's, she's calmed down. Maybe she's had the COVID vaccine and she's calmed down a bit. I don't know, but it doesn't seem the same energy in the Punjab team this year that it was in Mumbai. And I think the only bright spot for Punjab has been Arshdeep. Arshdeep is probably the only, and Hooda, fleetingly Hooda with a couple of innings that he's done. But today we have the big matchup between Hooda and Krunal, and I hope Hooda does come on top, because I think Krunal is getting a bit too arrogant. His social media posts is trying to copy more what brainless Hardik is trying to do. So I'm trying to see what's going to happen there. Basha, do you? Yeah, important toss. What would Rohit be doing?
If it's Rohit should defend. He should chase, not defend. Sorry, I just spelled it. If Mumbai is winning toss, they should bowl first, and they should chase in the later innings, because if Mumbai is able to restrict them, say somewhere around 150, still it's our game. If it goes against us, it's like 180 plus. Then sorry to say, until and unless our middle order and our batsmen fire, it's Punjab's game.
And Sunny, you got some
And
reason?
Punjab Kings have won the toss.
I will chase.
And will chase.
I'm yet to confirm that, but they've won the toss.
Yeah, Punjab
Sorry.
has the toss and opted to field first.
Yes.
Okay. So
Does
Mumbai
that
winning.
change? Does that change, Varun? Does that change the whole of this game? Do we see Punjab finally winning something?
Oh no, Punjab won't win. They are little kids in front of the mighty Mumbai Indians. They have a stronger side than them. Punjab Kings have not sorted their bowling lineup. Omar Shami is going expensive. Jai Richardson, Meredith, they're also too expensive. They're not even playing. So, expecting Chris Jordan, Ravi Bishnoi, and Arshdeep to shine today.
Punjab
Wow,
won the
and
toss
that
and
means
decided to bowl.
These players do shine.
Any
They cost
changes?
more,
Any
have to be
changes?
placed. Yeah, Anuj?
Yeah, I was just asking any changes in the Punjab lineup because they won the toss, so I was just
Yeah, no news
asking for
about
any
that
changes.
yet.
No news about that currently.
No
But
news about
Paji,
that.
do you think that Punjab will be chasing today? So with Rohit Sharma's captaincy, we have seen Mumbai is somehow restricting, not the biggest
So,
totals. They are,
sorry
yeah.
to interrupt, Anuj. Ravi Bishnoi comes in place of Morgan Ashwin. That's the only change they've done.
One
Finally,
out
they're
of three isn't bad. One out of three isn't bad, but Ravi
Finally,
Bishnoi,
Punjab Kings have come to their senses.
yeah, maybe they have.
And from Mumbai, any
Okay.
changes or they are going with?
They'll go
He's
with the
yet to
same.
confirm.
They'll probably will go with the same team. I can't see them dropping Quinny. I can't see them. That would be the obvious one, or they bring in Coulter-Nile or Nisham as an extra thing, because Hardik is in bowling. That could be the only possible other one that we could probably have. So we'll wait the train. Samkit, Ravi Bishnoi, will he prove a game changer for Punjab?
I agree with his selection. I highly rate him. I was very surprised that he was dropped. He is he's one of the future for India. That is what I felt when I see him. I was very disappointed with Punjab when they did not select him, and this pitch will definitely suit him. And the struggle of Mumbai's middle order, we might just see that again with Bishnoi.
Just a quick one. Anuj, is
But
Bishnoi Rajasthan?
yeah,
Rajasthani.
yeah, he's from Rajasthan,
He's
Jodhpur. He's from Jodhpur, Rajasthan.
Wow.
But yeah, I mean, I'm very much disappointed with Punjab's strategy today, because I guess they must have included David Malan, because Chennai pitch might be can be a perfect pitch for him, because the kind of the style that he plays, he try to pace his innings, take some sort of time, and actually I somehow felt that in place of Puran you can include David Malan, but I really don't understand the change. What Anil Kumble is doing right now with the Punjab. I'm kind of disappointed.
I think
So there is no change in MI's lineup, and also one more factor coming, that there will be no dew on the ground today. So it's going to be pretty interesting what happens in the match today, because earlier there used to be some dew, but Rohit himself mentioned that there is no cloud cover today, so there won't be any dew on the ground. Paji, your thoughts on this?
It makes no difference really if Mumbai put a score post 160. I expect them to win quite easily, because I see the very weak batting in Punjab. As Varun said, it's the mighty Mumbai versus the minnows that are Punjab. The worst team in the IPL, definitely Punjab. And I obviously one team, this is a slow burner, which will get better and better as the tournament gets on. But again, the big problem being, can Hardik Pandya be able to bowl? Because I think that is a big problem, not just for Mumbai today, but for India tomorrow. Because does Hardik Pandya as a batsman get into the Indian World Cup squad? For me, I don't think you can have him. So I really, really hope Hardik to start bowling a bit more and we see him perform. Otherwise, there will be problems down the line for India. So we'll look
And
at
we
that.
may see Jayant Yadav. We may also see Jayant Yadav getting Chris Gale out, because considering Gale has a poor record against off spinner, and Jayant is a pretty handy off spinner. Plus, he's very good with the bat if required. So I think it's going to be a battle to watch out for.
Cool. And now we've been here nearly an hour. We will wrap up. One question answers before we split up. Basha, one winner, Mumbai or Punjab? One word.
Mumbai.
Mumbai. Samkit, one word, Mumbai or Punjab? I don't have to ask you, so it's Mumbai for you. Anuj, you said Punjab. Are you sticking with that? Now we've got the team.
I will be going with Punjab just because I'm a Punjabi. So we'll be going Punjab.
Okay. And Varun, any chance for Punjab?
Not at all. Mumbai.
And he's wearing blue as well. So, Sunny Bhai, finally with yourself, neutral fan, Mumbai or Punjab?
Mumbai definitely have got an upper hand, but unless and until Punjab post a total of 180 or 190, only then they'll be able to win it. Otherwise, as I said, it's all Mumbai.
Brilliant show, guys. Thank you for your time. We nearly spent nearly an hour on this call. Had a really exciting contest in weight. None of us are fancying Punjab. I'm Punjabi, but I'm fancying Mumbai to win. Anuj is going the other way, which is always good to have that banter. Join us during the Instagram lives. And also, if you have a fan story which you want to share and win some merchandise, maybe with World Cricket Fans, definitely follow on the Facebook page and on the Instagram page, and definitely give us your fan story, because we want to connect fans across the world. Today we have New Delhi, Jaipur, New York, Mumbai, Delhi, all in one place. Let's get some more fans joining us and join the revolution for cricket fans worldwide. Halla ball from me. Let's have a say, and may the best team win. Thank you guys for joining us. See you later.
Thank you. Cheers.